Hey everybody, welcome to Math 120, Probability and Statistics this semester. My name is Mr. Chen and I will be your instructor for this class. So thank you so much for watching the 120 Welcome Syllabus video. In this video, I will show you how to navigate D2L, explaining the syllabus, going over your first week assignment called the syllabus quiz, and I will also discuss how you will proceed in this online class. So when you click on our class, the first page you see is our homepage. On the homepage, you will be given an announcement. So there will be one announcement every week telling you what we'll be covering for the week and what are the assignments are. All right, so to access our course, we click on Contents on the top left-hand corner here. So on the left-hand side, under the table of content, it displays our entire semester, okay? So our weeks are being divided up by different topic that we're gonna cover throughout the course. So for any given week, okay, how students proceed in this class is you'll be given a lecture handout, lecture videos in YouTube and MP4 format, and you'll be given your assignments, and the last thing is called the notes taken Dropbox. So what students normally do for any given week is to first print or copy down, okay, the lecture handouts. So the lecture handouts are empty, okay? So if you do have a printer, please click on the lecture handout, scroll down a little bit, and click on download. Download the Word document and print from the Word document. If you do not have a printer at home, please copy down what's on the lecture handouts first. Then once you print or copy down the lecture, copy down what's on the lecture handout, you use the lecture handout to watch the lecture videos. So the lecture videos is basically where I will go over what's on the lecture handouts. Okay, so that's why the handouts are empty. So whatever I wrote inside the lecture videos, you will write the same thing for the lecture onto your lecture handouts. Once you finish watching the lecture video and taking notes on the handouts, then you can begin to work on your homework. Okay. So all these homework, you will actually enter the answers inside these homework. Okay. You actually just enter them inside the homework. All right, let me exit out of here real quick. Let me go back to that. All right, so some weeks there are discussions. So the discussions are what we talked about inside the within the lecture video and also what's written on the lecture handouts. Okay, so the discussion is the only assignment that student cannot make up for. Um, Simply because some of the discussion is actually class activity, so student cannot make up for the discussion. But for the homework and the notes taken, students, are allowed to make those up. So if you look closely, okay, all the homework, okay, all the graded assignment has a start date, a due dates for the week, and the end date. So homework, notes taken, you can make those up, okay? So just be careful not to pile out so many homework, don't pile out so many missing homework because homework, the graded assignment like homework does count towards your attendance. All right, so if you do need to make up some homework, okay, you can make up at any time. You will not need to ask for my permission. Every week there's one designated notes that you are required to turn in. The name of the Dropbox tell you which notes you need to turn in. So for this week, you will be taking notes and watching lecture videos from topic 9 through 12, but you only need to turn in topic 10. Okay. So the reason you're only turning one of them, so it's not a lot of pages. So make sure the notes that you turn in are handwritten, not typed. So what students normally do is once they finish taking the notes on paper, they will just use their mobile device and take pictures of the notes and then log into the D2L from their mobile device and upload the notes into the Dropbox. Because if you click on the Dropbox, it's looking for attachments. Okay. So if we go to any week, Okay, you're gonna see exactly the same thing. Okay, you got your lecture handouts, your lecture videos in YouTube format and MP4 format. Okay, then you got your assignments, your graded assignments. There are two projects in this class. Okay, your first project is gonna be with topic 16 through 18. So this video right here, kind of discuss, what the project one is about. Okay, so make sure you watch this video before you attempt the project. So this week you only need to turn in topic 18 notes that you took. Let's fast forward to this week, June 29th to July 5th. This is an Independence Day week. So there's no assignment due this week. This week is also a very good week if you need to make up any missing assignments. If we fast forward to the last week of class, okay, last week of class we will cover topic 29 and 30. Okay, and there is a project number 2 as the final graded assignment for the course. Okay, so here is the video. Okay, discuss what the project 2 is about, and here is your project number 2. All right, let me go back up towards the top here. Under the course information, these are the material that you need throughout the semester. So if you click on about your instructor, okay, my contact information is listed here under about your instructor. Our number one way to communicate is to use the D2L instant message, this envelope up top. You can actually message me inside the D2L, or you can email me from D2L. If you email me from D2L and I reply back to you, you will need to go to your student NETC email to check on my reply. Okay, you can also text me, okay, through my Google Voice number. Okay, I just cannot talk on this phone number. Okay, so if you do want to talk to me in person, you can just text me saying that, you want me to call you, and I will call you from my office phone number. All right, syllabus. We'll go over the syllabus here in a little bit. So, my contact information is also listed on the top of on the top of here as well. All right, how to upload notes taken. So this video is just showing you one particular way on how to upload the notes that you took. So make sure the notes are handwritten, not typed, okay? How to use graphical equation. In this class, we will enter a lot of mathematical symbols. So this video show you where you need to go to find the graphical equation. When I go over the syllabus quiz at the end of this video, I will also show you how to use graphical equation. How to view assignment feedback. So for any homework that you do not get 100 on, I do give a video feedback. But the video feedback is actually with that particular problem within that homework, topical homework. So this video show you what you need, what you need to click on to find those feedback. If you do have several missing assignments piling up, so this video show you where you need to go to find your missing assignments. If you're a new student and never used student self-service or student NETC email, this video show you how to gain access to your student self-service and email. Student self-service is basically where this college keep the students' academic records. Like your grades, your financial information is all saved under is all actually under the student self-service. Later on the semester, we do need a formula sheet. Okay, there are tables. Okay, inside this formula, inside this attachment. Okay, that we actually need. You actually need to do the homework. All right, this welcome video will also be posted right here as well. All right, in this class, you will not need to purchase a textbook. Okay, we use open education resource textbook as for reference. So generally, students just print the lecture handout, watch a lecture video, and take notes, okay, to learn the course material. In this class, we do require using a graphing calculator quite a bit. So if you do not have a graphing calculator or no one in your family or friends has one, you can always download the Calc 84. This is the closest graphing calculator I can find on your mobile device app. Our academic dishonesty and honesty statement is listed here. Use of AI. Use of AI is not allowed in this class. Okay, so if student does use AI to generate answers or work, it will automatically be counted as a partial credit. And normally, it's very easy for me to realize students are using AI because AI's work or answer um, does not pertain to what is being taught within the lecture videos. Okay, so that's normally how I actually catch students using AI. So be very mindful, using the AI. I have seen a lot of students' grades drop because of excessive use of AI. All right, here is the netiquette. Okay, so let me take a look at the syllabus up here real quick. All right, my contact information is also listed up on the top of your syllabus. This class is an online class. Here is a course description. I will check everybody's prerequisite for this class as well. So like I said earlier, what is required what's required for this course is using the D2L, the OER textbook. The link is already provided inside D2L. You will not need to purchase any books or print them out. Okay, we just use this for reference. And of course, a graphing calculator is required, or download this Calc 84 app. Here are your student learning outcome. So just kind of recap what I just mentioned about what student do every week. So for every week, please print or copy down the lecture handout, watch your lecture video, and take notes on the handout you've printed or you copy it down. Complete your topical homework, discussion, and projects, and then upload the notes taken. Okay. So let me scroll to the top real quick. The If you want to access all your discussion directly, you just click on right here, discussion. Assignment is where all the notes taken Dropbox are located. Okay. And if you click on quiz, this is where all your homework are located. So are your two projects at the end here in the bottom. All right. So here is the departmental grading rubric. Okay. So all the answers or work entered, but does not pertain to the problem's direction or the lecture videos instruction. Okay. Doesn't matter whether the answer is correct or incorrect, you'll be considered as a partial credit. So if you're not quite sure about whether your answer is correct or not, you can just simply message me, email me, ask me, okay, to look over your to look over your work if you want to. All right. If your answer arithmetic enter but is not using graphical equation when it's asking you to use graphical equation, okay, I automatically count as a partial credit. Okay. So I will show you how to use graphical equation here in a little bit. Here is our tentative course outline. So this showing you the weeks, the topic that we cover, what are the assignment you need to do, and what are the due dates. Okay. So this looks similar to the table of content I just showed you. All right, attendance policy for no-show. So if you do not complete the syllabus quiz, which I will go over in a minute, after the first week of class, then you will be marked as a no-show and your name will be removed from the course. Okay. So if you do not submit the syllabus quiz, that means you have not show up for class. So I will remove your name from the course, so you're not financially responsible for the class. If you do submit a syllabus quiz, then you are bound by the following the attendance requirement below. So you're encouraged to speak with your instructor for guidance if extenuating circumstances arise. To successfully complete the course, you must maintain a minimum attendance rate of 80%. That means you are expected to actively participate in at least 80% of course activities, including discussion, homework, submit note taking, and your projects. Okay. So please don't pile out so many don't pile out too many missing graded assignments. Okay, because if you go over 20%, if you miss more than 20% of the graded assignment at any given time of semester, then the instructor has the right to drop you from the course due to excessive absence. All right. If something happened where you got to withdraw from the course, you will receive a graded W. Okay. You can actually, if you need help withdrawing the course, you can contact me, your instructor. the student service or enrollment center can assist you. If you have document disability and require accommodation, please contact the Vice President for Student Service. Okay, he or she will provide guidance regarding to official documentation and or accommodation of needs. All right, here is academic dishonesty and honesty statement again. The Family Education Rights and Privacy Act, basically saying that your academic record is actually being protected under this federal law. So not just anybody can come up to me and asking me about your grades, your attendance, and things like that. Okay, it's actually being protected. All right, the below here are some of the student support services that the college offers. So you can go through those if you like. All right, so let's take a look at your syllabus quiz. So the very first week, okay, the attendance verification and welcome week are exactly the same thing, has the same exact assignment. So I will go, the first thing you do is the syllabus quiz, okay? And then once you submit the syllabus quiz, you can introduce yourself to the class. So let's go over the syllabus quiz real quick. All right, question number one. By completing the syllabus quiz, I acknowledge and agree that I am registered for this class, plan to complete it and actively participate every week, and will adhere to the instructor's schedule as outlined in the syllabus. Okay, so you said I do acknowledge it. All right, so question number two. I have watched 120 welcome syllabus video entirely. Okay, so this course is purely, lecture video based. So a lot of students trying to skip the lecture video and then using the AI to help them do all the work, which is very easy to catch. It's very easy for me to catch it. So be very, very mindful, okay? Be very mindful how much, not to use AI excessively. So if you have not watched this lecture video as you going through the syllabus quiz, there's gonna be a hyperlink. So make sure you watch this welcome syllabus video entirely. Okay. So here we're gonna say yes. Question number three. A lot of your homework question has this instruction to it. So this question three has two parts. So some of your homework question has multiple parts. Okay. And down here, this question also wants us to use graphical equation to enter answers. So when you see this instruction, please use graphical equations in order to receive the full credits. So to get to the graphical equation, we click on this plus sign, equation, graphical equation. All right, so this box does kind of cover up the problem. So a lot of students will just write the answer down on a piece of paper before we enter it. So question number one says, what is your best contact number? Okay. Tell me what is your best contact number? I will need your best contact number for two reasons. Number one, when students has a lot of missing assignment piling up, okay, then I will begin to message you asking, is everything still okay? Another reason is for future registration. Okay, so if you are one of my advisees, okay, I can this number will allow me to contact you directly to see what classes you want to take next semester. All right, number two, tell me the number you provided. Is it a cell number, home number, or work number? Okay, tell me which one is which. And click on insert. Voila. All right, question number four, it doesn't say using graphical equation, so you can just simply enter your answer here. What's your last day of class? So this is where I first to see if students um, are starting to skipping a lot of videos. So please write this answer down. The last day of the class is Sunday, August 2nd, 2026, 11:30 p.m. So after this time, okay, everything will cut off. You are not going to be able to submit any graded assignments. Okay, so please put this down for your answer. Question number five. Okay, your instructor will reply your detailed answer message and or email within 36 hours. All right, so let me show you how to enter some of these mathematical symbols here. Okay, so use graphical equation. So let's click on plus sign, equation, graphical equation. So number one, all right, we need to enter a fraction. Okay, do not use a slash for a fraction. I count that as a incorrect, as a part, as incorrect. You'll get partial credit if I say a slash for your answer. We do have a fraction bar up here. Okay, so we use a fraction bar. All right, so 16. So I'm using a keyboard here. So I'm going to press the down arrow key and 52. All right, I can click right next to the fraction bar or use a right arrow key on the keyboard to put the cursor right next to the fraction bar, comma, space, 4. So I'm using a keyboard. 4 multiply 3 times 2 times 1. All right, comma, exponent 7 to the third power. So I type 7 first, and then exponent is this one to the third power. I'm press enter. Okay, number 2. All right, X bar. Okay, so for X bar, it's a little bit tricky. Okay, we're gonna come. I think there are 2 different places we can do X bar. Can't remember the other one. So we're gonna come here to this tab right here. All right, and choose this one, bar ascent, and put letter X in there. So right now, this cursor is technically still inside that box. So I'm gonna press the right arrow key or click a couple times right next to it. See how this cursor got longer. If I go back in, shorter and longer. Comma space. All right, the next one is called sigma, Greek letter sigma. So there'll be this tab, sigma, comma space. The next Greek letter is called mu, mu, mu. So that'll be this one, comma space. And then the last one is alpha, which is right here. All right, press enter for number 3. All right, number 3, Z sub null, Null. So I'm gonna go back to the first tab, do a subscript, put a capital letter Z sub null. So I'm gonna use the letter O for it. So right now I'm actually, if I delete this, see my cursor is inside the box. So I'm gonna use the letter O. I'm gonna press the right arrow key or press right next to the Z to make the cursor longer. Equal fraction bar on the top, 424 minus 421. All right, go to denominator. There's another fraction down here, so I'll do a fraction bar again, 24. Denominator square root, which is right here, of 34. All right, I'm gonna put my cursor right next to this big fraction bar I started with. Okay, press enter for number 4. All right, number 4, long thing, right? Long expression to enter. So fraction bar, 341 over 1313. All right, I'm gonna put a cursor here. Subtraction sign on your keyboard or up here, subtraction sign. 2.326, then times square root. And inside the square root, there's a big old fraction. The numerator had 2 fractions being multiplied. 341 over 1313 times another fraction bar, 972 over 1313. All right, I'm gonna come down to the denominator, 1313. There you go. And click on insert. Voila, here are our answers. Okay, and you can submit. So be very mindful. Make sure you use graphical equation when it's asking you to, and try not to use AI excessively. Okay, like I said, a lot of my students' grades are dropping because unconsciously using so much AI, and I'm constantly catching them and giving them partial credit. Okay, all right. So we will keep in touch throughout the semester. Best luck to you. If you do have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Thank you so much for watching.